Okay, so we're going to do more practice on lines. In this video, I'm going to do only slope type questions. So for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the slope of these 6 lines from the graphs. And then also I'm going to find the slope just from the points. So this video, by the way, it's specifically continuing extra practice from the review video on the same topics. You can check the description if you want to check out that review video. And by the way, I have a free PDF version of all of the problems that you see here with an answer key. You can go to divideandconquermath.com and go to the review section. Okay, so let's get to it. So I need to find the slope in each one of these graphs. And what I talked about in the review video is that to do that, you want to begin by trying to find 2 points that you can really easily see so that you can count them out. And then from there, you start from the leftmost point, and then you can count. So from here, I need to go up. This is 1, this is 2. So my slope will be 2. And then I'm going to go over 1. So this will be 2 over 1. So my slope in this case will be 2. Versus this next line, so this is a horizontal line. Now, if you forget what the slope of a horizontal line is, it's all good. You can still figure it out just from the graph. So you can still take 2 points here. So if we think about this in terms of the rise over run formula, what is the rise? The rise is 0, and in this case, my run is 1. So this slope is going to be 0. So if you ever forget that, you can always figure it out just from a graph. Okay, so continuing on to this next one. So the next 2 points that I can easily see would be like this point here and this point here. So starting from the left and then moving to the right. So let's see, I'm going to go down 1, 2. So this is going to be down 2, so it'll be a -2. And then I'm going to go over 1. So this equals -2. Okay, and so moving on to D, so again, this is a vertical line. If I forget what that slope is, I can just think about the rise over run argument. I can select 2 points at random. So I can see here that my rise in this case, I'm going up 1 point, but my run is 0. So this one's going to be the undefined one. Okay, so moving on to E. So this point and this point, so these are the 2 points that we've got. So starting from the left, I'm going to go down 1. So this is going to be -1. And then I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3. And for our last one, the 2 points that I can most easily see are maybe this point and this point. So I'm going to go up 1, 2. And then I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3. So this will be 2 over 3. Okay, so next we're going to work on finding the slope between just 2 given points. So the key thing that we're going to need to know for this is the slope formula. So here is the slope formula in case you forgot. So I'm going to go ahead and just use it right away. So I'll just write it down one more time. And so now that I have the formula in front of me, so I can write this out as 2 minus 4. So there's my y coordinates over my x coordinates, 7 minus 3. So this will be -2 over 4, so I can reduce that, and that becomes -1/2. Moving on to -3, 5, and -3, 7. So I'll take 7 minus 5 over -3 minus -3. So the negative and the negative will make a positive, and so what I'm left with is 2 over 0. So remember, whenever you divide by 0, that means that this is going to be undefined, so this one is a vertical line. So continuing on here, so I have -1, -2, and -3, 4. So once again, I'm going to start with the y coordinates. So I'll take 4 minus -2 over -3 minus -1. So I can add those. So 4 plus 2 is going to be 6, and -3 plus 2 is going to be -2. So this whole thing is going to equal -3. And then moving on to D here, so I'm going to start with the y coordinates. So this will be 5 minus 5 over -3 minus 4. And so this will equal 0 over -7. So this will just equal 0. And finally for this last one, so for this last one I thought I'd throw in something fun. So this one has some fractions in it. So for this one, so let's just start with the y coordinates. This will be 2 minus 3. and then the x coordinates will be 1/4 minus -1/2. Now, to finish this particular one, we're going to have to think about this just a little bit. So first, this 1/4 really plus 1/2, we have to just convert this so that it has a common denominator. So the common denominator between 4 and 2 is going to be 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this 1/2 fraction by 2/2. So I have 1/4 plus 2/4. So this will ultimately equal 3/4. Okay, so now my slope becomes -1 over 3/4. So what do we do with that? Well, at this point now, we remember that a fraction can also stand for a division sign. So what I'm saying is that this part right here, I can treat this as a division sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as -1 divided by 3/4. And in dividing by 3/4, I know that that's the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So ultimately this will equal -4/3. So there's actually a little bit of fraction work in that, which if you need a review on fractions, I do have a whole series on that. So by the way, my review series has many other topics in it, so it's not just lines. Each topic has a refresher video, practice problems, answer key, extra videos with worked out solutions. So I've got really everything that you need to go and review things. So all of this is free at divideandconquermath.com. Just go to the review section and everything's there. If you found this helpful, consider hitting that like button or that subscribe button, and I hope to see you in another set of videos. Peace.